Hi everyone, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizon Part 19. Last episode, we finally got KK Slider on our island. This means we finally have a 3-star island. I can finally go ahead and buy the permits for the terraforming and I'll be able to go ahead and create a 5-star island. Right here we have a broadcast from Isabel. Of course, she is talking about some things. The first one is on Ordinance, which I have been pretty excited about. We can definitely go ahead and talk to Isabel and change the Ordinance. The next thing is the boat tours, which we didn't really have till now. I think finally we'll be able to go ahead and check out some new islands, as well as get some items such as wines, which are only available through those boat tours. Last episode, we also had Ozzy joining our island through the campsite, which is pretty nice. I'm hoping that he'll be able to move in pretty soon. Alright, here we are, and I'll quickly check out the Nook Miles task. I think we have one of them completed. Of course, we have been on the island for 20 days, and even though this is episode 19, I did actually skip a day, so I think it will be 20 days in total. We also have another present from Happy Home Academy, which I think I'll be hanging in the main living room. Other than that, today we have quite a few things. One is, like I mentioned before, talking to Isabel on the Ordinance. The other thing would definitely be checking out the boat tours if possible. I also want to go ahead and complete the daily task and get all of the furnitures from the shop. As far as the terraforming goes, I'm not going to be starting it in this episode. I do have quite a few houses to move around and clear up the space, such as closing up the ponds before we start with the terraforming. Hopefully I'll be able to get that ready within the next episode. First of all, since we are here, let me make my way to the shop and see what we have there. As usual, I'll be buying all of the furnitures. And this is mostly for my house, but there are couple of outdoor furnitures which I definitely want to buy. For today, we do have couple of furnitures that I can definitely give away as gifts for my villagers, which I'll go ahead and do it offline. I do have a task of talking to all of my villagers on a daily basis, and I am gonna go ahead and give some of these to them. Pretty cool. As you can see, I do have a couple of bells today. I did go around and dive for some time, so I'm able to buy most of these stuffs without any issue. I think we'll be needing more bells in the future, considering that I'll be moving a lot of animal houses, and each of those movements will definitely take around 10,000 bells. Right here, I did find a new item, and it's actually on the basic cooking recipes. Unfortunately, I still don't have the DIY Recipe Plus app, which is something I might have to buy from the Nook stop before I can actually buy these items. Let me quickly go ahead and check out the wallpapers, and most of them are not what I really want, so I'm probably not going to buy those wallpapers other than this one flooring right here. Alright, pretty good. That's all on the shop for today. Let me quickly go ahead and collect all the fossils and talk to all of my villagers before we move on. I'm also hoping to find a villager who will be crafting a DIY item so that I can actually collect more of them. Which in this case, Flo was actually creating a DIY. Let's quickly talk to her and see what it is. Alright, it's a lamp. I think this one will actually look pretty cool if you do keep it as an outdoor item. So I might actually go ahead and learn this DIY recipe. I'm still hoping for some log recipes and haven't really got some yet. I'm also hoping to find a bamboo speaker, which I remember placing in my older island. And it was definitely having a really amazing design. Hopefully I'll be able to find that recipe in this one. Right here, I did decide to go ahead and give the pet bed which I just bought, and in exchange I did get a sweater. Let me quickly go ahead and learn the DIY first and then try out the sweater. There we go. Quickly checking out the recipe right here, And there we have it. Now we do need the purple flower for it, and I don't really have it right now. Maybe we'll be able to get some in the future. Not bad. As for the clothing, I'm not gonna be wearing it, considering that I'll be getting my outfit for the day from Evil Sisters. For now, let's quickly go out and check on the other items. Now we still have the bottle recipe item, which I did find right in front of Flo's house. So let me quickly check out what it's gonna be. Hopefully it's another new recipe. Ooh, alright, modern wood wall. Not something I would probably use, but I'll definitely go ahead and learn this one as well. As far as the DIY recipe goes, I do have a couple of them that I'm pretty happy with, and probably at some point I will quickly craft them as well. But of course, for now I will focus more on terraforming and trying to get my island in shape before we go with the items. Once I completed talking to all of my villagers, I did make my way to Able Sisters and did want to actually talk to Sable right here. As usual, the storyline is still going on. I think we need around 10 days for her to talk to us, and I think we are making good progress. Either way, let me quickly go ahead and get my outfit for today. As for the clothing item in Able Sisters, there are quite a few of them that I really like. Some of them being the crown clothing or the princess clothing that you can actually buy. I'm hoping I'll be able to find them pretty soon. But here is today's outfit, and I think it actually suits my carnival mask, and of course looks pretty good on my character. Hopefully once I do get all the 5 carnival masks, I can actually go ahead and display it for you guys in the living room. In the last episode, we did have Scoot coming over to our island, so I'm pretty excited to go ahead and check out his house. The exterior of the house looks pretty amazing, and the interior looks definitely different. Not something I was actually expecting, but it does have a lot of outdoor items here, which is surprising. Maybe his house is one of those that I'll go ahead and buy the furnitures from and not really have to bother about, disturbing the interior of the house itself. I think personally his house is pretty unique from the other villager houses that I actually have right now. But I'm not really sure if I really like the interior design of it. I think they were going more for a outdoorsy house design for him, but I really wish they didn't really add that for the indoors as well, considering that the outdoor design of his house looks super amazing. Either way, let me continue the daily task and we'll go ahead and check out the boat tour as well. Here's a small tour for you guys of my house. I've just arranged it and placed all the carnival masks on the wall. The 5th one I still need to order today. So hopefully once I do get the 5th one, I'll be able to place it on that wall and it will look pretty amazing. The next thing I did was go ahead and get my fossils assessed. Before we get it done, it seems like Blathers has a talk about adding a cafe, which means we'll finally be able to get Brewster. In this case, I think we'll be able to find him in the boat tour, so definitely we do have to make our way there. In order to identify him, we do get a photo of Brewster, which is pretty nice. I guess we do have to give this one to him to kind of tell him that it's from Blathers and invite him to our island. I think that's pretty cool, and definitely I'm excited to have a cafe here in the museum. Let me quickly get my fossils assessed and we'll actually talk to Isabel. I definitely want to check out on the Ordinance. It's an easier way to either get more money or get more flower varieties on your island. And I definitely want that up and running when I'm creating my 5-star island. Alright, there we go. Let me quickly go ahead and donate them. Today we have around 4 of them to donate, so definitely we are making quite a good progress on the fossil museum. I think we are almost done up to 70% of it, and only the rest 30% are remaining. Hopefully I'll be able to complete it in the next few episodes. Next up, I made my way to the resident services building to quickly talk to Isabel. I also have to check the recycling box right here, which apparently has a lot of items, which is surprising. Definitely I'm gonna be claiming all of these. Next up is Nook's Stop, which I do have to check out. After all, we do have the final carnival mask to buy from here. Sadly, my bonus is gone once more, so I do have to wait for it to come up again. The first thing I did is go ahead and buy the DIY Recipe Plus app. If you did know, this is the one that we do need in order to buy the recipes from the shop. So definitely I'm gonna buy this one for now, even though I don't really have too much Nook miles. After all, if you remember, I am saving most of them for the parts that you can actually buy for terraforming my island. But there we go, we do have the DIY recipes. Next up, I do have to check out the fences as well to make sure I am able to buy some if I do like them. There are 3 more apps right here which I definitely have to buy on the custom designs, which at some point I might actually buy them. But of course, for now I'm just gonna ignore all of these. I'll just wait for getting a bit more of the Nook miles before I actually use them. Right here in Nook Shopping, we don't really have anything that I really like. But we do have the final carnival mask which I can actually buy. I think all of these are pretty nice and each of these colors do suit a particular dressing outfit. So probably at some point I'll actually try and wear them as well. After all of those, I finally came to talk to Isabel right here, which means we'll be able to get our ordinance. Now this is definitely not a one-time thing and I'm really not going to be using it only once. Probably at some point I will come and change the ordinance again. For now, we do have to go ahead and get to the options on discuss ordinance and check out what we can actually use. Unfortunately, I don't really have enough bills right now. This might be because I did deposit everything, but I'll quickly go back to that. In the meantime, I did find this amazing flag in the custom designs app and I just decided to go ahead and use it. But if you have a better design for the flag, let me know in the comment section and I am definitely happy to go ahead and add it on my island. Right here, as for the ordinance, now that I have enough bells, we do have 4 different types that we can actually use. If you are in the beginning of the island just like I am, I would definitely recommend the bell boom ordinance, as this will help you get more bells rather than the normal one. But in my case, I did decide for the beautiful island ordinance. If you use this one, you'll be able to get more flowers and you will get the unique ones as well, which is the pink or the purple version of the flower. And I think that is super nice and will probably be helpful when I am getting my island complete. When I went outside, I actually saw Sahara and I did decide to go ahead and get all the rugs, just because the fact that some of these rugs that she sells is pretty cool and probably I'll be able to use it in my house. Since I am talking about the house, I have decided to go ahead and get a second house as well. At some point I'll add a new character to my island and have a second house, which might look pretty nice. But right here, going back to my house, I'll quickly go ahead and use up the other mats. The first one was the kitchen mat and the other 2 I think I'll quickly put it on the other rooms. Once that was done, I'm finally here for the boat tour. If you know, we do have to find Brewster here, who is going to be invited to our island for the cafe, as well as we'll get to see some newer islands, which are definitely different from the ones we have seen through the airport. Now usually if you are going through a boat tour, you do have to give up 1000 Nook miles, which is pretty costly. But I think it does help since there are quite a few items you'll be only able to get by this. Now if you are going through this boat tour, Captain right here will be singing for you. And if you don't really like it and would love to skip this whole scene, I think clicking on the B button works. For this one, I will let him go ahead and sing the song. Sometimes it does take around 30 seconds for him to actually complete it, but definitely he does have different lyrics for different times, so it's pretty interesting to actually hear it. I'm not gonna be doing this every single day. This is just gonna be a one-time thing, but offline I will go ahead and add this one to my daily task and try to see if I'll be able to find some of those rarer islands. I should definitely say I really love this song, and it's so calming to kind of hear it when I am playing this game. To be honest, I'm not really sure if YouTube takes this one as a copyright, but I'll try to keep it in this video for you guys. But if it does take down, I might have to update it on a later stage. But there we have it. That is a pretty good song and a pretty nice way to kind of go through. And here we are. This is the new deserted island, and I'm definitely excited to go ahead and check it out. As far as I know, we do have couple unique insects and fishes that you can find only here, and I'm pretty interested to go ahead and check that one out as well. As I'm planning to get most of the items from this deserted island, I will be speeding up this part, but let's quickly go ahead and talk to Brewster. He's right here. And I think this is the only time you'll actually see him in this island. He does have a couple different dialogues that we have to go through to let him know that Blathers does want him back in our island. I think this is pretty nice, and he also gives us a gyroid as a present. Personally, I think gyroids are pretty cool, and it's pretty easy to kind of get them as well. So definitely I'll be trying to get more of them. I think these deserted islands are the only places where you can actually find them. You might find them in your own island when it's raining, but I'm not really sure what is the probability of finding them, so I'm not too worried about that. In case if you are exploring the island and your item does break, you can definitely buy one from Cap'n, just like how I did right here. I'm pretty excited about this since there are plenty of flowers that I do want to take back, as well as a couple of shrubs that are available on this island. Normally, I'm not really interested in taking the items from the deserted island since it's pretty common to kind of visit them. But since this is the first time we're visiting this island, I'm just gonna check it out. Right here, I was able to find a DIY recipe bottle, so let's quickly check out what it is. And it's a honeycomb flooring. Alright, I think we already have the honeycomb wallpaper, so this one will definitely match it. Now, as far as the deserted island goes, there are a couple of them that I do want to actually find. One of them being the Wine Island. Now, I'm not really sure about the name of the island, but I do find vines over there, so that's what I named it. There's also an island where you'll be able to find glow moss, which is a pretty cool item and definitely something I do want to have on my island. Hopefully at some day I will be able to find them. Alright, so now that we have all the items that I do need, I think it's time for me to go ahead and head back to my island. Once again, Cap'n will be singing a song for us, but this time I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and skip it. Anyway, now that we are back on our island, I think we have completed most of the tasks. The only thing for me to do is go ahead and start moving up the villager islands outside. I'm planning on moving them on the beach, that way they'll be out of the way when I'm terraforming the island. And definitely I'll be doing that from the next episode. We'll also have the beautiful island Ordinance that will be starting from tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.